Okay, so in this video I'm going to teach you how to make a basic building in Blender. This is great if you are just getting into Blender and if you want to learn how to make scenes with buildings or anything like that. So when you first launch Blender, you want to hit General, then you want to hit Tab to go into Edit mode, go into Face Select right here, click the top face, hit E, and just scale that up however high you want your building. Now we're going to hit Tab to get out of Edit mode, hit S, and make it a little bit thicker. So it now looks like that. And we tab back into Edit mode, hit Control R at that 3 loop cuts vertically, and then we have 2 different things, so I'm adding about that many loop cuts for the top and just 3 for the bottom. Then we want to do that on each side, so just Control R 3, and yeah, that is going to be the basic building. Now we want to hit Control S to save this, and let's just save it under Blender building. Right, save Blender file. So I'm going to tab out of Edit mode, hit Shift D, G, Y. Right, so now I got this. Then I'm going to hit Control C, close Blender, hit Save, relaunch Blender, start a new animation, select the cube, hit X to delete the cube, Control V, and now we see we got this. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. This is just how I know it. So we hit Tab, we go into the face select, and I'm just going to box select or try to all the places we want a window. So just like this. Right, those are going to be our windows, and then I'm just going to delete 4 blocks or select 4 blocks. I did that wrong. We hit A, select all of them, and then deselect what we want our windows to be just by holding down Shift and left clicking. So that is what I'm going to do. Basically, how we're going to do this is we're going to delete all the other faces, so we are just left with these windows, and then just copy and paste it over to our actual building Blender file. And then let's do this one. Delete those, hit X, faces, and now we are left with this. So I'm going to tab out of Edit mode, click it, go down to Material, and under Principled BSDF, I'm going to change this to Emission. Then we're just going to make it a nice blue purplish. And then we select it, hit Control C, delete it. I'm not going to save it. Relaunch Blender. Go this, delete this cube, the one that we made it from, Control V. And now you see we have our windows, and it is that nice purple color. So under this cube-like thing, it's the properties of it. Under the Y location, we're just going to set this to 0. Hit S, scale it up just a tiny bit so it's visible outside this other, like our actual building. Now we select the actual building, hit base color. Just bring this down because I want mine to have a nice black building. And then tab. And then this, oops, we gotta go into face select. This, X, faces, select the building, same thing, X, faces. Now as you can see, we have a doorway in our building, so people can actually enter it. And now, how to set up the camera and lighting. So if we hit 0 right now to go number pad 0 into the camera view, we can see that we just see the bottom of the building. So to fix this, we go hit N, View, Camera to View, and now when we move around, the camera moves with us. So if we go something like this, hit 0, because like we set up the camera, click the light, X, delete. Now if we hit F12, we have this, which I think looks pretty good. It's like a Halloween type building. But if you want to make it even better, you can hit Shift A, light, and go to spot, GZ to bring it up, GX to move it over, I, we want to tilt it. Then I'm just going to bring the power up to 500. And then if we move, that's actually missing it a little bit. So I'm going to hit R. So it's shining right on that building. Now if I hit F12, looks kind of the same. So now we're going to bring the intensity up to 1500. Render it. And as you can see, the more power we put in the light, the clearer that window looks. Or another way to really get that window is just to Shift A, light, point, GY, GX, and now when we render it, it didn't change anything because that's not actually inside the building. So GY, GZ to move it down, GX to line it up perfectly with that window. Bring that point light's power up to 50, F12, and now as you can see, we have that nice light to illuminate the window. I'm rendering it in Eevee. If you want to render it in cycles, you simply go down to like this radio or television thingy, hit cycles, GPU compute, if you have a GPU, or just leave it at CPU. And there you are. There's your building. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.